Let's wait and see if anybody comes today. I actually went live last night and did a big pitch telling people to get their butts here and bring a friend. So we'll see how we do.
Is it live or Memorex?
I think it's live. Could be Memorex. Hard to tell. Who's going to be first one in, you think? I'm saying Kevin.
Life.
Oh, you think Life? Maybe.
JTR.
Could be JTR. Could be Life.
Could be Doreen.
Could be Doreen. Doreen's pretty quick.
But sometimes
Doreen wins.
Dude, Doreen wins. Joseph Tricoli, Kristen West. Hey, yeah. What's going on, Kristen Suave? I had never seen the West before. It was just always Kristen. I always read it Suave in my mind. Kristen Suave. Front and center. Yeah, Doreen, we were betting on who'd be first. And we literally said Doreen, Kevin, and Life in that order. And there y'all are, not necessarily in that order.
It's awesome.
Happy Thanksgiving to all of y'all.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving.
I just watched my favorite Thanksgiving. Well, WKRP in Cincinnati's number 1, but then the Friends one with Brad Pitt is number 2.
Dude, I'm right there with you.
Yeah,
right there with you.
Friends episode.
So let's do the official welcome. Welcome to the Three View Mirror podcast talk show. 1 hour every week where 3 friends get together and talk about all things 80s. And if not all things, well, specifically 3 things. 3 things every week. You see, the show is called the Three View Mirror. And very much like a rear view mirror, the idea is you are looking back while moving forward. We're looking to see what's behind us that guides us into the future, into the present, into where we are today. And we do it specifically using the number 3. 3 hosts, 3 topics, 3 seemingly random things from 3 different decades that bring us to a conclusion at the end of the show where whomever among us, the week of is the host, there's a secret connection. There's something about those 3 topics that isn't as random as they might at first seem. Something connects them. There's a secret thing connecting them. And as Chris would often say, you might need a decoder ring from a Cracker Jack box to figure it out. But every week we swap out hosting duties. And today's host is none other than Rochelle Oblak, Gen X Shell. My name is John Catrides, better known as Gen X Jono throughout social media. And I'm joined by these 2 losers.
Wait, can you hear my dog, by the way?
I can.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I just wondered. Go ahead, Chris.
Oh, I'm Chris Clues, better known as Chris Clues, speaker and author. I just got back from a great keynote in Tennessee, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And if you're looking for holiday gifts this year, there are 3 books to choose from. You can just type in my name, Chris Clues, in Amazon. And all 3 of my books are there. They're perfect little stocking stuffers for your friends who love the 80s.
And I am Gen X Shell, Rochelle Oblak. And me being the host today, I'm going to bring up Calvin Klein. I'm absolutely bringing up Calvin Klein today. Wait till you hear the topics.
And this is the Three View Mirror. All right, Shell, it's all you.
Okay, I have 3 amazing topics for us today. I think there's going to be a lot to talk about, so we're going to get into it. All right, topic number 1 is Burt Reynolds. Topic number 2 is growing pains, which we have not talked about on this show yet, which I'm surprised. Growing pains. And then the third one, I wasn't even sure how to say this, but like major celebrity endorsements. And I'm not talking about little, celebrity holds up a little thing. I'm talking about someone who long-term endorsed products, like Bill Cosby with the pudding pop.
Yeah. No, totally get it.
Or OJ.
Or Brooke Shields and Calvin Klein jeans.
Well, Brooke Shields and Calvin Klein jeans. That's what I'm talking about. See, I told you I was going to bring it up. See, I was waiting for that.
Here comes the shelling of an episode. I can feel it. I can feel the shelling coming. We will all be shelled soon.
You shall be shelled today. You shall be shelled.
Say that 3 times fast. We shall be shelled.
Shall be shelled.
Where are we starting?
Life, thanks for getting my books. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
Let's start with Burt Reynolds. Reynolds. And it was funny because we were just talking about Burt Reynolds. Like the last time I did this, I realized that we did Burt Reynolds when I talked about The Longest Yard. When we talked about The Longest Yard that week. And then I was like, oh, we're talking about, I'm doing Burt Reynolds again. Only this time it's just purely him.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. So for me, Burt Reynolds, Cannonball Run. Two things that I remember. One is Cannonball Run, followed really quickly by Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. It's those 70s, early 80s movies where Burt really ran supreme. His Trans Am life mentioned. It's just that he had this presence, right? Wherever he was, whatever he was doing in the movie, he made it his movie. Cannonball Run was incredible for me. I just remember thinking it was awesome. And it was probably the first example I remember of a movie that had like this enormous cast, presumably led by Burt Reynolds, but so many people coming and going in and out of it.
Yeah. Dom DeLuise, Sally Field, all of it. And someone mentioned the stash already because the stash was, and one of my favorite lines from is when he would say, "Them some bitches." That was the sheriff. I can't think of his name right at the moment, but yeah. Deliverance, yes. When you start getting into it and you start realizing how long Burt Reynolds has been around, he was in everything from, he was in Gunsmoke, which I don't think I really realized until I actually looked him up. He was in Gunsmoke. He was in all the way up through like Boogie Nights. You know, he's had an illustrious career.
Striptease. I mean, the Cannonball Run for me, the same thing. But I think just his charisma, like just the energy that he had around him, just because he's, this good looking guy, but he's got this very like goofy kind of, if you see him in interviews, he was just like a prankster. Mm-hmm. And he was a great football player too. Like that's, great football player at Florida State. Like legit.
Yes.
So
yeah.
Somehow I wish you would have just. One thing I wish you would have told me without telling me the topics, because those of us who aren't the host, we're as in the dark as the rest of you. If you guys are watching for the first time, Chris and I have no idea what the secret connection is. But if you would have asked, I would have been happy to upload the medium of banjo playing. Just that. And I don't know who it was. Maybe Kevin said, that he was creepy in the Deliverance. He wasn't creepy in Deliverance. Deliverance was creepy. He was the man. When he took out Ed Beatty's attacker with that bow in that moment, that was like, damn, Burt. Burt Reynolds to the rescue. Would have been nice if that arrow had flown maybe 6 or 7 minutes earlier. Ned Beatty probably would have been a little more grateful. But I think that is one of the best instances of better late than never in the history of the world.
I just remember that line where he, they ask him where they're going. So I'm going to Antria. River don't go to Antria. You don't take a long turn. I was like, uh-oh, this is not going to end well.
This is not going to end. You know what? And I have to say this, though, about the movie Deliverance. I know, just like all of Gen X, we watch things way too early. I know I watched that way too early in my life to have seen what I saw in that movie. And I was like, oh my God, I never saw something like that. Well, I don't even think again.
Well, he was also in this is one of the things I love about the 80s are kind of like the crime noir movies. And I've talked about those before.
The crime of the what?
Crime noir. Like kind of, they're like,
noir?
They're crime noir.
Noir. And it's not s'mores and it's not noir. It's noir and s'mores. What the hell is wrong? You do this to bug me. This is not incidental, nor is it accidental. It's the French word for black, which is noir.
Noir. Crime noir.
It doesn't rhyme with manure. It's noir.
I'm not as elite and classy as you are, John.
It's just pronunciation.
Oh, the way that you say it, you like raise your voice as you say it.
I'm mouthing it over here. I'm like, noir?
Anyway, I'm going to say it like I say it. Crime noir. That's it.
Yes.
And so To Live and Die in LA, movies like that. But Burt Reynolds did a movie called Sharky's Machine, which was a really good crime noir movie from 1981.
You know what?
You are personally responsible for shelling this episode all by yourself there, Chris.
I'm not.
What is he doing? What's he standing up for?
Every time you mispronounce something, I'm taking a shot of Mad Dog.
Oh no! All right,
One for Noor. Actually, he said it 3 times.
Sophomores.
Crunch.
Oh, why am I punishing myself for something he did? Oh my God!
I'm gonna start really
the memories of the Mad Dog. Yeah.
Oh my God!
Chris, to your point, though, I've never seen that movie. I don't even know what it's about.
Oh, it's great. Sharky's Machine. Put it on your list. It's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. As long as you put Dirty Dancing on your list, I'm just
No. Nope.
Whew. Okay.
But Burt Reynolds, no.
Somebody mentioned Boogie Nights.
Yeah.
I mean, in modern times, that's the movie I remember for sure. He had stepped out of the limelight, and that kind of brought him back in again. So that's a great one. I loved him in that as well.
And you were talking about
a long
the best
time ago
little
too, right?
What's that?
How long ago was Boogie Nights? I feel like it was yesterday. It was not.
It was not. It was
1999, I think.
Damn.
Yeah. No, in Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, loved that movie. Loved Dolly Parton. I love Dolly Parton, so we've talked about that many times. But yeah, he was great in that.
Didn't they they ate s'mores in there, right?
You motherfucker.
I'm drinking a chai tea, but I gotta admit, the first time I ever heard of it, I thought it was Kai tea. I had no idea. So there you go.
You gotta swallow.
I don't have to drink when you do it, Shell.
Oh God.
All right, moving on. What other Burt Reynolds memories? I remember, I think he did I think we mentioned it before, he did like a centerfold. Cosmo at one point had male celebrity centerfolds that they would do every year. And the only one I remember, I guess I didn't follow Cosmo much, they made a big deal out of his. And I just remember it was like a naked guy on a bear moment, except a bear rug moment, except I don't think there was a bear rug. I think I'm just remembering his chest.
I was just going to say, I don't know where maybe the rug ended and the rug began because he was like, and that was like a vibe there in the 70s. Like, the hairier you were, like it was like a thing. And, well, he had the Tom Selleck mustache even, like, I don't know who started it first.
I think Burt did. So I think it's fairer to say that Tom Selleck had the Burt Reynolds mustache. I know for us 80s kids, that sounds, wrong, but I think Burt did it first.
He may have. I don't know, but I could just picture him like in that Trans Am leaning out and chewing gum. Did he chew gum, or was that something in my mind that I remember him doing all the time during Cannonball Run?
Somebody, Tracy, said he was.
I don't even want to know how you know that.
Tracy said he was very hairy.
The 70s were very hairy. There was no. There was no manscaping in the 70s.
There was no,
there
was no landscaping for anyone.
Yeah, well, fair, I guess. 9 buttons on the shirt were superfluous because the only one they ever used was like the first 2, and then the rest was just open to allow the man fur to fly.
Someone asked, what are we talking about? Yes, we were talking about Burt Reynolds in Playgirl, but the topics of the day are Burt Reynolds, growing pains, and celebrity product endorsements. Those are our 3 topics. So in case you're just joining us.
And we're on the Burt Reynolds right now, obviously.
Yes, we're on naked Burt Reynolds. And I can picture it in my mind. I've seen that thing. And he said Cosmo. And I was like, I don't think it was Cosmo. I think it was.
He was also like, I mean, I love Cannonball Run like John does. And I don't like remakes, but God, I feel like it would be so much fun to see like some type of movie like that again, where it's all celebrities in one movie with a race going on with all these oddballs. They could surely do it. I mean, I don't know if it would be as good, but it could be fun.
I'd be on board for that. I think it's like remaking something like let's remake Network of the Battle of the Network Stars. It doesn't mean it has to be a remake of the original script. It's taking that concept and doing a Cannonball Run today
Yeah,
in today's era with today's stars. I think that would be awesome.
it'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it would be.
And there'd be like one pit stop where they have to eat s'mores.
He's doing it. And you know what though? And speaking, I mean, and our third topic being celebrity endorsements, because of Cannonball Run, he was actually an endorser then, just to skip forward a little bit. He was an endorser for the Trans Am for a while there because of Cannonball Run.
Yeah. Oh, he was? I didn't know that, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a superstar. I mean, we talk a lot on this show about, celebrities and actors and actresses, some that come and go, some that were here in the 80s when we wonder what happened to them. But Burt Reynolds was a legit superstar. And
Movie star, right?
A movie star.
We don't hear that term used much anymore.
No.
He wasn't just an actor or a celebrity. He was a movie star.
Yeah, he's an icon. He's an icon. We talked about when we lost Ozzy and Hulk Hogan, how they were just one of a kind. There will never be another Ozzy, never Hulk. There will never be another Burt Reynolds. Like, a lot of people come and go in the entertainment business, but very few where you say, like, there just won't be another one, and there won't be another Burt Reynolds.
No, I agree. No, are we ready? Are we moving on?
We're at 16 minutes. You can take us to round 2.
Yeah. Any last and final words on Burt Reynolds?
Florida Man Racer says he also promoted Quaker State Oil, and most of the commercials were him complaining about Lonnie Anderson.
That's funny.
I did not know that.
So he had his own celebrity endorsement, which will be the third topic.
Yeah, that's part of the third topic. So yeah.
He was great.
All right, so our second topic is one that I'm surprised we haven't talked about. I love this show, and it was Growing Pains. I religiously watched that show. It was one of my personal favorites. I think I was at that ripe age at that point. I don't remember the years that it was, but I was at that ripe age for that family sitcom thing, and Growing Pains was it.
Yeah, it was 85, and then I think it went to the early 90s. I don't remember exactly where, but they had a nice run.
Yeah, and as soon as you say it, I hear "Show me that smile." I can see the intro. I hear the intro. Iconic 80s intro sitcom. Every 80s family had the 3 kids, whether it was Mallory and like the Growing Pains, their 3 kids. It followed the trope. It followed the formula. It was absolutely formulaic, family fun, sitcom fun, and I was there for it. I loved it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think Growing Pains and Family Ties, speaking of, if I recall, were on at the same one right after each other, if I recall.
Not sure.
Not sure. I don't know, but I know I watched every episode of that and every episode of Family Ties.
And they always launched somebody, right? Like Michael J. Fox, and to a maybe slightly lesser extent, Justine Bateman. Tina Yothers didn't do so much from Family Ties, but at least it launched the 2 of them into the stratosphere. For Growing Pains, it was Kirk Cameron. He got launched, and Leonardo DiCaprio.
I was just about to say it, Leo DiCaprio. I mean,
right? He was in the last season, I think.
Yeah, when you look back on it, you're like, whoa, wait a minute. If you have to look backwards, because at the time I didn't know who Leo DiCaprio was, and then now you're looking back, you're like, wow, that's amazing. And what did somebody say about Alan Thicke?
That he wrote the title song, and he might have actually performed it.
Maybe.
And
I don't know.
And that was a time where you had the sitcom dads that, I don't know, we have those really anymore, but there was that time where you had 15 or 20 of these sitcom dads that, were supposed to be providing advice to some of the kids watching too, the whole storyline. They kind of became, I probably other kids probably may have looked up to them and thought of them as somebody who could teach them some things, because now we have, you have YouTube and you have TikTok and you have all these places where, these legitimate, I just saw a commercial the other day of this guy who's the TikTok dad he has millions of kids who follow him, and he teaches them how to tie ties and do all that basic stuff that some kids just don't have somebody to teach them how to do that. But that was what the sitcom dads did in the 80s and stuff. They actually taught us things if you were really paying attention.
Yeah.
Well, and that started way back when. I mean, it's almost a cliche now, but gee, Dad, I never thought about it that way. That came from the Brady Bunch, and Mr. Brady would always sit the kids down and give that moment where he reiterated the show's lesson. And every TV dad, probably going back to Mr. Cleaver and Beaver, Leave It to Beaver, that was the mode, that was the role of the TV dad, because father knows best. I mean, it goes all the way back to that. I did look it up. Alan Thicke co-wrote the song. Unless you're seeing something I'm not seeing, Kevin, he didn't actually sing it. There were many different iterations of the song, but from what I'm seeing, Alan Thicke never actually sang it. So I don't know.
Sometimes the internet can be.
I remember there was this one episode where he was teaching. What was Kirk Cameron's name? Michael?
Mike Seaver. Yep.
Like, he was teaching him French. He was teaching him French, and he said crime noir, right?
I missed that episode. You get me drunk, and good luck ever getting another speaking engagement, because things will happen on this episode, which I will remind you is live, that you might not like. So keep noiring all you want. It's not going to end well.
Sip lightly. It's Mad Dog 2020. You don't have to slam it.
It's not even Mad Dog 2020. This is different. This is new. So MD 2020 was Mogan David. This is something they just put out a little while ago using the actual Mad Dog name. And it's hard bite Mad Dog. It is the most god-awful thing I've ever tasted.
Yes, because I once did a video on that for our studio audience here. Mad Dog 2020 wasn't actually Mad Dog 2020. It stood for Mogan David, the creator of it. And it only said MD, but we all just got to know it as Mad Dog. And because it became known as Mad Dog, now we have something that came out as Mad Dog, like it was. But
correct.
It stood for Mogan David.
So some history on Growing Pains. A lot of people mentioned tons of co-stars. George Clooney, I think, might have been on there. Definitely Hilary Swank was on there. We know that Matthew Matthew Perry was on there playing a drunk driving. It was a boyfriend of Tracy Gold's. He got into an accident, ended up dying on the show. So that was one of their very special episodes that every sitcom had one of. Kirk Cameron, there became some drama in later seasons. He actually requested that his girlfriend be replaced because she did a Playboy or Penthouse spread or something like that, which went against his religious beliefs. So he petitioned to get her taken off the show and was replaced by the woman who later became his wife.
Because and then Kirk Cameron went like he left Hollywood, and he is a major like religion
influencer, a religious spokesperson for his beliefs.
Yeah.
How about Boner? Remember him, Andrew?
Yes.
Cohen? But did he not pass away recently?
It's Boner.
I think you're thinking of Screech. I know Screech passed away. Did Boner die too?
Which one was Boner?
The fact that there could be a boner on television tells you everything you needed to know about the age.
Yeah, exactly.
Honey, so Boner's here.
He died in 2010.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Oh, he died
a long time ago.
I remember him. Yes, now that you say, like, I wouldn't have known the name, and now that I see it, I'm like, oh, I clearly remember him. I mean, I clearly did. Yeah.
Wow, that was a long time ago.
Oh, it's sad. He took his own life.
Oh. Well,
that's sad.
And somebody else mentioned, I nobody knows why somebody does that, which is it's very sad. But somebody else was mentioning about Tracy Gold, and she had bulimia, and she was battling. She battled that really badly, and anorexia, I think too, until she finally came out as more of a healthy person, and now I think she does healthy stuff.
A few people mentioned that when it came to Boner, and I'm sorry, I can't remember his real name. I'm not meaning any disrespect. He was Koenig. That's right. He was I think it's Koenig. He was Chekhov's son, Walter Koenig from Star Trek. Koenig from Star Trek played Chekhov. That was his dad.
Oh.
And then ironically,
the Chekhov actor.
Yes.
Whoa.
Then ironically, the person who took over Chekhov's spot on Star Trek, the relaunch, ended up dying young in a tragic accident.
Yeah, his car backed up on him. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's weird.
Yeah.
That's one of those weird, sad things. So on another note, we talked about WKRP in Cincinnati. Two of the writers actually I think two of the writers on Growing Pains were also writers, the main creators of WKRP in Cincinnati. I got it mixed up a little bit, but which is interesting because Growing Pains was a very different type of humor. WKRP in Cincinnati pushed whatever envelope they could at the time, and Growing Pains did not. It was, very clean, fun family humor. They had some serious episodes like every sitcom did. It was a requirement for them to have a few after-school special episodes, but did not have near the type of humor that WKRP did.
Well, and I just love the fact that, you're talking about what type of sitcom. They were so formulaic. I mentioned the three kids. There was always the one like the Mike Seaver, right? The one who was problematic. That was the bad behaved kid, the comic relief. There was the smart one, whether it was Tina Yothers on Family Ties or not Missy Gold. Help me, Tracy Gold on Growing Pains.
Yeah.
They followed these. Then there was the quirky one, the other one, the little brother. These were so formulaic. But we didn't mind it. It was, again, we've said it a million times, the 80s giving us what we wanted. Here's what you like. Here it is on a silver platter. We're not going to overcomplicate it. We're not going to write ourselves into a corner trying to be something we're not. It's fun family viewing that everybody can sit around and watch together. And, oh, by the way, once in a while, we'll do the very special episode to try to teach you something.
And, it's funny, though, because when I think about watching Growing Pains or somebody mentioned Full House because Candace Cameron was on Full House and all those things. I rarely laughed at anything in those shows. If you really, really think about it, none of it was particularly funny. Like I find a lot more stuff now. Like I laughed at Married with Children. Somebody mentioned that one, but I didn't laugh. I listened to the special episodes. I might have giggled or listened to the studio audience with a fake canned giggle, but I never really laughed. But yet I was enraptured by a lot of those shows at that time.
Well, it didn't hurt that they made sure there was teen eye candy, right? There's not one of those shows that didn't have somebody featured in Teen Beat or, whatever else those magazines were. That was also part of the formula, going all the way back to like the Partridge Family. You had the pretty girl, you had the good-looking boy. It was that. But you're right. I don't remember laughing at it, but we watched.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just I think it was just a different type of humor that it just depended on what type of kid you were. And if you were exposed to a lot of things like many of us were, it probably wasn't going to make you laugh the way that WKRP would make you like that. That made me laugh out loud as a kid, even being 10 or 11 years old, because it was my type of humor. And I was, that was the kind of those were the kind of people that I was around. I wasn't around the Growing Pains people. Like those, that wasn't like the very like tight knit family unit type of thing. Was very different.
Did we watch them because it was like a car accident? You can't help but look at something that maybe you didn't have.
I gotta say, for me, I enjoyed watching it.
For Gen X in general, that a lot didn't have that family sort of a thing going on at that point. There was a lot, not me.
It is funny. The shows took a while. It took, and Chris has mentioned it before, it took until Roseanne came along to really show what American families looked like, Married with Children. But, showing what American families really looked like. The Growing Pains, the Family Ties, the Cosby Show, those were like throwing back to an era of a nuclear family that for the most part didn't really exist in real life. So yeah, maybe a little bit of it, but I don't know. I don't know. That's a really good point.
Well, Quirk said it's what was on.
Yeah.
And it's a big part of it is we didn't have a lot of options. And so you kind of got hooked into a show because they were marketing it to you the same way that they'll market a song to you on the radio. They're going to push until you like it. And even if it wasn't your type of humor, or maybe you didn't enjoy it as much, you were still watching it because they were telling you the next 2 hours, the best 2 hours on television. And that includes these shows. That's how it happened. So I think there weren't a lot of options.
Jennifer says I watch to escape. So yeah, I mean 80s television, 90s television, you could even say 70s television showed us a little bit of everything. For every family ties and growing pains, there was One Day at a Time, where it was a single mom struggling to raise her girls in a tenement project apartment. There was Alice, where we have no idea where the dad is, and she's raising her son on a waitress salary at Mel's Diner. It showed us a little bit of everything and said, here, you decide what's going to work. We're just going to throw it all out there, and we watched what we wanted to watch. It was escapism. It was an idealization of what family would look like. But I think it still happens today. It's just choice.
Well, that's a good point, because it was in the 70s and 80s where they started to show different types of family
Can
dynamics.
you say noir, please?
Oh, crime noir.
Thank you.
John wants some more of his Mad Dog.
It was in the 70s and 80s where they started to show some different family dynamics as well. Different. Oh God, it's making me gag. Different.
You have no idea. I'm mailing you each one of these.
Different family dynamics, different family situations. I think John mentioned, like, one group living in an apartment, another one in a house in the suburbs, but they started to mix it up, because that's what was happening in America. There were different types of families. There were broken homes. There were people living in apartments, living in houses, and so they were trying, I think, to create do two things. One is to make everybody feel like there was somebody that they could connect with, or a family they could connect with. And then the second thing was trying to teach the rest of us that there are all these different types of families and people out there, where before the 70s, you didn't have that.
I mean, you even had a show named My Two Dads, which, to be fair, wasn't what it would mean today necessarily, but it was out there.
Yeah. And Sanford and Son, somebody mentioned, like, I mean, you just had all these different families and these dynamics, the Jeffersons, Good Times.
What was Punky Brewster's deal? Where were her parents?
Shirley, different strokes. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
What's that? She was adopted. She was
she?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Just like different strokes? Same thing? Okay.
Yeah, he adopted her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did her parents die or something? That's sad.
I don't know. Do not know.
Well, why'd you bring it up?
Anyway, any final thoughts? I think we're ready to move on here. Are we at 15?
We are at 32 minutes. So, yes, we are there. We can move on to number 3.
Any final thoughts?
Celebrity endorsements.
I miss that. I will say, it can sound cheesy, but I kind of miss those 2 hours on a Thursday night or on a Tuesday night or whatever, where you had the 4 sitcoms back to back to back. You went to
Yes. There was something about, what was it? Must See TV, which was the NBC version on Thursdays, or TGIF, which was the 90s version on ABC on Fridays. It was just comforting to know that we had a date with the television set, right? And it wasn't just us. It was us. It was our parents, perhaps. It was our siblings. It was a date with TV. We knew where we were going to be. We knew what we were going to be watching, and it was appointment television.
Yeah. Perfect Strangers. I had to throw that one in.
There it is. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Round 3.
The last topic I promised I did, and we already brought it up, about Calvin Klein jeans, celebrity endorsements. When I say this, I'm talking about like the really iconic ones. And I had asked, I was like, I don't know how to put this into words. The product and the celebrity became almost like one, they were the person that did that. It was like Bill Cosby and the Pudding Pops. I mean, he was the Pudding Pops. He was Jell-O. He did it for how many years? I don't even know how many. And I asked ChatGPT to give me like a couple of more of them. But so if you run out of thoughts on this,
let's go round robin. Let's and chat. You guys do the same thing. Let's just go round robin. Each of us taking a turn and seeing how long we can go, throwing out a celebrity and a product they were tied to. Do you think we could do it?
Sure.
Yeah. Well, I got a cheat sheet on front of me. So.
What do you got, Shal?
The number one was Michael Jordan.
Oh.
Michael Jordan and Air Jordans. I mean, He did for Nike.
Bo Jackson, Bo does, also Nike.
Mm-hmm. Nike had a lot of them, by the way.
O.J. Simpson and Hertz.
Good one.
That's actually on my list. Yes.
Shall you're up.
Wilford Brimley for Quaker Oats.
Diabetes.
Diabetes.
I'll go Michael Jackson, flaming hair, and Pepsi.
But yeah, okay.
Although to be fair, if it's long term, probably more. What was his name? Blind guy. You got the right stuff, baby. That was a big one with Diet Pepsi. No, Ray Charles.
Oh, Ray Charles. He
did it for years. You've got the right one, baby, for Diet Pepsi.
Yeah, Diet Pepsi. That's right. That's right. Yeah, Diet Pepsi. I was thinking McDonald's, but
keep going.
James Garner and Polaroid cameras, very good. That one was actually on this list here too.
Suzanne Summers and Thigh Master, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Brooke Shields and her Calvin Kleins.
Yep.
Yeah.
Doreen jumped in with Marky Mark and his Calvin Klein underwear.
Yeah. We had Paul Hogan, Crocodile Dundee, Foster's beer.
Oh, Foster's
that one?
beer. Yep. Brooke Shields and her
Australian
Calvins.
beer.
Christina took mine. How about here's one no one's mentioned: Joyce DeWitt and Legs Pantyhose. She actually had it written into her contract on Three's Company that she would never be shown without pantyhose on. You can look at old episodes of Three's Company where Joyce is in pajamas, shorts, in bed, and she still has her legs pantyhose on.
Yeah.
How about Mean Joe Green and Coke?
Good one.
Oh yeah. He was a big one on that one.
Catch. I mean, that's
Mean Joe.
Commercial, but it was enough to like attach.
It was enough. It tied him to it forever.
Long term, like not these obscure ones, but ones that you really.
Somebody mentioned Joe Namath and pantyhose as well. That was a big one in the 70s.
Oh, Jenner and Wheaties.
Oh, that's a good one.
So somebody said any athlete on Wheaties that gave me that reminded me because somebody said that, but Bruce Jenner and Wheaties.
Oh yeah, he was Bruce Jenner. Yeah. And these are people that became associated with those products, and these weren't like one-time, endorsements. They were the character for the product. Is basically what I was thinking of.
Trying to see if there's any other really good ones.
I'm just trying to think off the top of my head, even like.
I mean, but it was such a big deal, and I don't know that it is anymore, is it? Oh my God, Ricardo Montalban, yes, Chrysler, the rich Corinthian leather, that became a big thing. I didn't even know what Corinthian leather was, but I knew that it was supposed to be something I wanted.
Yeah.
Wayne Gretzky did Wheaties box. Where's the beef? I think Clara became a celebrity because of the commercial, not the other way around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that too. And some of them like
who did the gloves? Oh my God, it was an athlete that did the toner.
Was that OJ again?
No, I'm pretty sure it was somebody else.
You missed the joke. OJ in the gloves.
Oh, yeah.
Someone said, or my chat said Joe DiMaggio from Mr. Coffee.
Yes, huge.
Oh, that's
I'm Joe DiMaggio, and that was enormous.
That's a good story how that happened though too, like that Mr. Coffee thing. That guy who invented it I think it was maybe he and his wife or he and his partner. He just like basically went to Joe DiMaggio's house and convinced him to do the commercial because Joe DiMaggio didn't do that kind of stuff and gave him like a piece of the sales. And the rest was history.
Well, and then there's the celebrities tied to a product they never pitched. And my point with that one is Ed McMahon and Publishers Clearinghouse. People forever have an image of Ed McMahon being there with a big check saying, I'm here, you won the Publishers Clearinghouse. He never did. He never, ever made a Publishers Clearinghouse commercial in his entire life. And yet, most people remember being in a world where he did.
Really?
It was Dick Marino with isotoners. That's right. Somebody mentioned.
Why do you remember? Yeah, he never. And it was even It was even so much so that there was a Golden Girls episode where they're like, "Oh my God, it's Ed McMahon and Publishers Clearinghouse," but he never actually did. He was with American Sweepstakes Company, and we've all supposedly merged the two things together in our minds to create a Mandela effect.
Really?
Really?
Wow.
Didn't realize that.
Or CERN super collided two particles together and changed the timeline, and we all remember the old one of those.
That's probably more likely.
Yeah, possibly.
It's funny because everybody's mentioning. I mean, there's still a few on here, but you're mentioning almost all the ones that were brought up by chat, because I couldn't think of a ton of them just off the top of my head. Well, I'm the host, so it's you guys' job to think of it.
Robert Young, Marcus Welby, MD. That was a big one, and his was, "I'm not a doctor, but I play one on TV." So he made some commercials too for like pain relievers and stuff.
Yeah.
It was very big. Farrah Fawcett and shampoo. That's a good one. Somebody just pushed that one out.
Jamie Lee Curtis for Activia. Activia. Bill Bixby for Radio Shack.
I don't remember that one. Oh, Robert Conrad for batteries. I can't remember. Somebody off the police.
That's right.
But he's like, "I dare you to knock it off my shoulder." He did those over, and I think it wasn't Duracell, it wasn't Energizer. I don't remember which battery it was, but it was Robert Conrad, who was like a super tough guy from like Baba Black Sheep, and he was one of the really good guys on the Battle of the Network Stars. He would put a battery on his shoulder for reasons I can't quite understand and dare us to knock it off. Cindy Crawford and Pepsi. That's a good one.
Yeah.
James Earl Jones and CNN. Pam got that one. Pam Beth. That's a good one.
Okay. When you're ready, I'll read through some more of these if you want me.
Yeah.
Okay. I actually asked. You guys got most of the original 20 that I had gotten off a chat here, and so I said, okay, more. So I just typed the word more. Okay, and this is what came up. What the first one was Ricardo Montalban. Heather Locklear for Fabergé shampoo.
Tell us the celebrity and see if Chris and I can guess the product.
Yeah.
Okay. Gordon Jump.
Maytag.
Maytag man. Linda Evans.
Her perfume?
Says LA Gear. I don't know.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Jane Seymour.
Bras. Cross Your Heart bras.
I thought she K Jewelers is the one that has.
Oh no, Jane Seymour! Come on,
her bras too.
She was that was a huge one for her. She would always be talking about the Cross Your Heart bra, whichever one that was.
Now this one came up, and we were talking about Alan Thicke. It says that he did commercials for a long time for Woolite.
Oh,
Meredith Baxter Burney or Meredith Baxter.
Meredith Baxter, Family Ties mom.
Family Ties.
I don't remember.
Garden State Life Insurance.
No idea. How about Sally Struthers and a bunch of jobs we can get, or the starving kids, or who was the one that did the dying animals?
That's the singer.
Oh, I was wrong. It's Jane Russell and Cross Your Heart bras. Thank you, Greg.
Oh, but it's Ever Ready batteries for Robert Conrad. Yeah,
Got it.
By the way, Ever Ready batteries, because I just got to that one. Joe Namath, Hanes Pantyhose, James Earl Jones for Bell Atlantic and Verizon predecessors.
Okay. Jim Palmer, for some reason that I can't quite understand, I remember did a lot of underwear commercials.
Yeah, that's right.
Jockey underwear. Dude, There's a memory I didn't know I had. I'm now getting a vision of Jim Palmer, pitcher for the Orioles.
Yeah.
How am I remembering this? In a magazine wearing jockey underwear.
Yep.
Core memory I don't need nor knew I had. What is in this shit?
It's like the memory of me and Burt Reynolds as a centerfold. And by the way, Burt Reynolds,
Sarah McLachlan, that was it.
Yeah.
36 that he did Miller Lite.
Who did?
I'm not sure. Burt Reynolds.
No, I remember that somebody mentioned it. I can't remember his name, but great taste, less filling. Linda Carter. Yeah, Linda Carter also did Maybelline.
Linda Carter was big on the red lipstick.
That was the Maybelline.
Yeah.
There's one commercial, and I made a video on it, where she just keeps saying wet, bright,
Yeah.
moist. And she
Moist.
says the word moist in a way that for the first time ever, I didn't mind it so much.
That's the worst word.
It is, but coming out of Linda Carter's mouth, it was kind of okay. Michael Jordan did Hanes. That's right.
Florence Henderson. This is the last one I'll give you.
Florence Henderson. Hold on.
Yes, you'll know it.
Oh, I do know it.
Yes.
Son of a gun. Florence Henderson. Son of a
nutcracker.
Oh, wait, I almost had it. Oh, I had it and then I lost it. It's food.
Mm-hmm.
Wesson oil. Wesson oil.
Yes.
You're like $10,000. You're like on the $10,000 pyramid right now.
Dude, I can't believe I got Wesson oil. Dude, they knew what they were doing when they came up with these commercials. They are ingrained in our heads forever.
Yeah.
Forever.
Forever. Sandlot.
But isn't it neat though how many of these and I just you guys came up with all of them, our audience came up with all of them, there's a ton of them, and these aren't the little endorsements because we see the credit card things now or whatever and people endorse
and today it's basically Dynamite and Joe Namath pitching Medicare. It's not the same thing. This was cool. Shell, I may have a new favorite episode.
You missed it. Chris said diabetes.
I said diabetes out loud.
I didn't know. I didn't
diabetes.
Say that.
I said it. Oh, son of a bitch. But it was me that said diabetes. I said it. I don't have to drink when I mispronounce something.
The beatus. I got the beatus.
Kevin said Cal Ripken and milk. I totally forgot about that.
I don't remember Cal Ripken and milk.
Oh,
I don't remember Hasselhoff for Dodge. I don't remember my last name anymore. If I could be a celebrity endorser, I'm not endorsing this.
Well, you wouldn't do a good job because of your face every time you drink it.
Dude, it's horrible. What's the name of this one? This is called Spiked Strawberry. I don't like spiked strawberry. I've got other ones. Whoever sent me, I don't remember who sent me this. People send me liquor in the mail. Do you know? I got this sent to me.
He did.
I got a box sent to me. I opened it up and there was like 6 of these. People are sending me alcohol through the mail.
He sounded like Alvin and the Chipmunks. Spiked strawberry.
Spiked strawberry.
Okay, so all right, we talked about Burt Reynolds. We talked about Growing Pains. We talked about major celebrity endorsements of products. Does anyone have a clue as to what the connection is?
What was the second one? Hold on. Here it comes. Wait for it. Do I?
Oh my God! Celebrity endorsements. Oh my God! Brute Reynolds.
The Brute Reynolds.
I'm just going to put it in English for everybody here. Brute Reynolds.
Linda said, "John, if you run out of that, are you going to try another?" Thankfully, there's not enough time. Oh.
All right, so yes, we talked about Burt Reynolds, we talked about Growing Pains, we talked about major celebrity endorsements of products. Do you have a clue, or does our audience have a clue? Either one of you have a clue?
I can connect 2.
Okay.
I'm real good at number 1, Burt Reynolds, and celebrity endorsements number 3. Burt Reynolds was in the movie Boogie Nights. And so was Mark Wahlberg. So Mark Wahlberg was my first thought because Burt Reynolds was in the movie with him. And he did the celebrity endorsement for Calvin Klein underwear, which was huge. You actually had a picture in Times Square of him grabbing his crotch for Calvin Klein underwear. Number 2, which was Growing Pains, unless Mark Wahlberg was on an episode of Growing Pains that I missed, I don't know how to connect him to Growing Pains. So Mark Wahlberg was my idea. I don't think it works.
So mine, I don't think mine works either because I can't connect it to Burt Reynolds. But Leonardo DiCaprio, I thought, with Growing Pains, and then I know he endorsed the product, but he was young.
Titanic?
Yeah.
Of course he did. You know, a lot of celebrities did.
But I connect him to Burt Reynolds. Like,
Yeah. What if I focused in? Does our audience have anything to say before?
I'm looking. Nothing yet that I can see.
'Cause
Kristen
sometimes we're a
says
minute
ancient
behind.
Chinese secret.
Neither of you are correct.
Yeah.
And you're going to love it when you hear it. Anyone?
Well,
I think
we're
they're
still
still
waiting.
on. I think they're still on the
another minute to get Bueller. Anyone?
Doreen thought Marky Mark as well. So I'm trying to think.
see
So
that
which
one.
celebrity have we mentioned the celebrity endorsement? Let's go with that. Have we mentioned the celebrity endorsement that ties into your secret connection?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That doesn't help me.
Yeah. We absolutely
Kevin
did.
asked if it's diabetes. Cheers, Kevin. And Linda, some more's nor. I hate you both.
Some more snore. Yeah, I mean, I'll give you. I'm stumbling on my words, and I didn't even.
You. Jacob asked, "What's the question?" The question is, what secret connection lies between? Somebody say them.
What is the secret thing connecting Burt Reynolds, Growing Pains, and major celebrity product endorsements? And so far,
Is it Calvin Klein?
no, it is not Calvin Klein. I will never, ever, ever again make something.
Well, I just
Calvin
wanted to make
Klein.
sure if it was, I got it out there. Wayne says they're all connected to Kevin Bacon in less than bacon in less than 6 degrees.
Okay.
Life says, is it Brooke Shields?
That's a good guess. I don't know how she would connect to Growing
Anything.
Pains and Burt Reynolds, but that's okay. That's okay. The secret connection. If I told you the celebrity endorsement would be the Maytag Man. We mentioned the Maytag Man.
Okay. WKRP in Cincinnati. Okay, Burt Reynolds was married to Lonnie Anderson.
Yes.
Lonnie Anderson had amazing hair, so I would guess at one point or another she endorsed some kind of hair product, and she was on an episode of The Growing Pains. So Lonnie Anderson is a secret connection.
No.
Fuck.
You're going to have a point. Because the Maytag Man, after the original Maytag Man, the Maytag Man was Gordon Jump. Gordon Jump is famous for
Bean
mostly
Carlson on WKRP.
on
I swear to
WKRP
God, I
in
thought turkeys
Cincinnati.
could fly.
Burt Reynolds was married to Lonnie Anderson, WKRP in Cincinnati, and Growing Pains.
Is WKRP in Cincinnati the secret connection?
On Growing Pains, Maggie Seaver's dad was actually played by Gordon Jump, and Frank Bonner, the spin-off of Growing Pains, starred Frank Bonner, which as the Catholic fought. Somebody even mentioned that show, Just the 10 of Us. It was like he was the father, the Catholic father in that show, and he was on WKRP in Cincinnati. And why are we talking about WKRP in Cincinnati this week? Because
I swear to
as
God. Wait, as God is my witness,
I
I thought turkeys could fly.
Why?
Dude. My new favorite episode. We have a new favorite episode. Dude.
Well, it was Thanksgiving week that there was like the
Damn
WKRP. Like,
So hold on. Let's back up for everyone. So Burt Reynolds, how is he
Married-
connected to Gordon Jump? Because he was married to Lonnie Anderson, who was
Married
on
to Lonnie-
WKRP with Gordon Jump. Part 2 was Growing Pains. Gordon Jump played Maggie Seaver's father. In part 3, Celebrity Endorsements, Gordon Jump was the Maytag repairman for many years,
Mm-hmm.
making Gordon Jump the secret connection on today's 3-View Mirror.
No, it's WKRP.
well, it's WKRP.
It's WKRP in Cincinnati. But the reason WKRP in Cincinnati is the secret connection this week is because I can think of no better episode in the history of Thanksgiving things other than the humanity. As
So
Les
let's connect it again.
says,
So
the humanity.
I want to make it clean. Burt Reynolds married to Lonnie Anderson, who was on WKRP in Cincinnati. That's
Yes.
part 1. Part
Yes.
2. What was part 2?
Growing-
Growing Pains featured Gordon Jump, who was on WKRP in Cincinnati.
And also there's the spinoff that
Nobody
just the
remembers
10
that
of us.
spinoff. Nobody but
Yeah.
you. It's just you. No one remembers that spinoff. And
Start
so
another
through that.
person.
And then part 3, celebrity endorsements. Gordon Jump had a huge one with Maytag, and he was on WKRP. All right, I mean, dude, my favorite episode of the year. I don't know why. What made this episode so great? I can't even tell you, but it was awesome.
So John's a talker.
And
When
did
he
I mention I love you guys? I love everybody. I love everybody who's watching. This is awesome. You guys are the best.
What's great is everybody mentioned Chris, one of the first things you said in this episode was WKRP in Cincinnati. And then you also said that he wrote that some people wrote for Growing Pains. And, yeah, I mean, like there were like lots of different connections. I was going to make my third connection be Tawny Katane. Because she was on the new WKRP in Cincinnati, but I wanted to go on with the original. This is the week of turkeys flying. And
or not flying, more specifically. I guess it would be more to the point, say this is the week of turkeys hitting the pavement like wet cement.
like a bag of wet cement. That's right.
Oh my God.
It was like they mounted a counteroffensive or counterattack.
It's like at the back, it's opening and things are dropping out. Oh my God!
It's turkeys.
Dude,
Rudy.
As God is my witness.
God is
I
my
thought
witness.
turkeys could fly.
Absolutely new favorite episode. I love this.
I told you it was going to be a really nice,
WKRP was a great show anyway.
Yes.
I mean, just in general, it was a great show. It just the characters, every one of the characters from Johnny Fever to Venus Flytrap. I mean, just their names, Johnny Fever, Venus Flytrap. It was just a great show. And I think at the time, radio was huge in terms
AM radio specifically was huge.
Yeah, right. Your local AM.
At a time when AM radio still played music, because some of the cars we had, some of the beaters Gen X grew up in, only had AM radio. So it was a time when AM did play music. Today, talk shows rule. Talk radio rules AM. But back when we were growing up, there was music on AM radio.
Less than that. I mean, just all the characters were amazing, and it was.
And another trope. I love bringing up like sitcom tropes and movie tropes and television tropes. I call it the Ginger versus Marianne trope, where you bring in the obviously hot woman, and then next year you put a less obviously hot, the Wilma and Betty, the Marianne and Ginger. In this case, it was Bailey and then Lonnie Anderson's character, whose name escapes me at the moment. Lonnie Anderson was obviously the hot one of the show, but a lot of people are like, no, I find Bailey. I mean, it's pretty cool. John, there's weed in your drinks, THC, I'm sure. Seriously?
8 tracks. Yes, I can remember my cars having AM and 8
Yes.
tracks.
I remember, and God, I don't know why I remember this, but I got into the car with my dad one time, and there was a Captain and Tennille 8-track.
Chrissy and Janet. There's another one. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
That's okay. No, we were just talking about 8-tracks.
Yeah. Laverne and Shirley, although neither was really hot.
Well, I'm glad you guys like this episode.
It was like 4 seasons. That was it, I think. I think it was only 4 seasons. Yeah, I think so.
Jennifer, thank you. Lonnie's name was Jennifer.
Herb Tarlek. That's right. I mean, everybody was all there was classic. Very similar to Frasier. And how it was at a radio station and you had all these unique characters, because that's what you get at a radio station, especially back in the day when they were 24 hours. And so you had somebody there on overnights, and that was always a really interesting, quirky kind of person. And so I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Because I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Dude. Well, I am thankful for your 3 topics. I am thankful for the fact that you shelled it in the best possible way. I'm thankful that you brought up a lot of memories. And that's kind of the point of the show, right? We're all living in today, moving into tomorrow, but looking back at yesterday. And you gave us a great opportunity with 3 awesome topics to look back at yesterday. Remembering those commercials, remembering the celebrity endorsements, talking about great shows and great movies. Shelly, you hit it all. Appreciate
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, you did
Thanks.
great. Yeah.
Thanks.
And WKRP this week, do yourselves a favor, watch the WKRP episode and watch Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. It is the quintessential Thanksgiving movie, and it will make you feel so good at the end. It has the biggest heart. So make sure to watch Planes, Trains, Automobiles if you haven't watched it in a while.
Yeah, I went back and I watched like the turkey episode of WKRP. I still laugh. Like it's still I know exactly what the plot line is, and I still laugh my butt off. I do. It's just I think it's amazing.
Because Les Nessman, the actor, I can't think of his name. He was awesome. Like he was perfect. He was perfect for that.
I loved the tape on the floor. Like I love bits in a comedy that carry on for the entire show, and the fact that Les didn't ever have an office, so he put tape down for his fake imaginary walls. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but he was the perfect character for that because he was such an innocent character.
Tracy, we're glad you stopped by as well. I'm glad you really enjoyed it. And guys, we actually had more viewers today than I think we basically ever had, which is amazing. And I thank you guys. I know I asked yesterday. I know Chris does a live show every Wednesday, and he talks about our show. We want it to grow. We want it to have fun. You guys are such a huge part of this every week, whether you're watching live or commenting after the fact. Keep it going. Keep it growing. This Thanksgiving season, we're thankful for all of you. If there's a Friendsgiving going on, it's with sharing it with you guys.
And you know what? You know it'd be fun. Take these 3 topics to somebody around your dinner table and share those 3 topics with them, and see if they can come up with the answer. You know, in a shorter format, and see if they know the answer to this. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Very cool. All right, guys. From me, I'm in serious need of a nap. Little inebriated, as they might say, but I wish I wasn't, because I'd love to remember this episode. I probably won't, but I'll watch it back and replay. So for me, stay cool, everybody. Peace.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Stay around, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving.